Did y'all catch this tweet from Call of Duty the other day? Apparently, what you're seeing in these clips here is not skill-based damage. No, it's in fact not even the Call of Duty servers, which, by the way, are some of the worst in the history of gaming performance-wise. It's not that the devs are completely incompetent beyond our wildest imaginations. No, it's just that there's this simple little teeny tiny bug that's causing all this mass confusion amongst the community.
I don't believe you.
And as you guys probably guessed, this tweet caused quite a bit of outrage from the community, especially amongst the creators that are usually in defense of the game and the company that produces it. And rightfully so for what they feel is gaslighting on behalf of the Call of Duty studios. But you know what? I think still, even with all of this, a lot of y'all viewers, players, and content creators alike are missing the big picture here. One that I'll open your eyes to on a video that begins right now. Bullshit. Oh, fuck that game.
I know I've been quiet for a minute, I've been grinding still in it, I've been counting these digits, excuse me. I know I've been quiet for a minute, but
What's up, what's good YouTube? Hope all is well and welcome back to the channel. I'm Hoppa, and apparently COD Updates, the official Twitter account tasked with providing information on the latest updates, etc. for Call of Duty, dropped this tweet. We've identified an issue that could result in erroneous visual blood effects when damage was not actually dealt while shooting at enemies in all modes. Now, I expected a lot of creators to come to their defense, but actually a lot of them were in the comments and in the shares instantly recognizing the gaslighting attempt from Call of Duty. But I think they fail to realize why exactly the Call of Duty's attempting to pawn this occurrence, we'll call it an occurrence, that's been happening to so many of our games. A lot of them are just pawning it off on piss poor servers only being a 20 tick rate and others complaining that this is, all part of skill-based damage, which, by the way, they hold a patent protecting the algorithm, which the design of that algorithm is to do exactly that. Nerf certain aspects of players' damage, connection, etc. in an attempt to keep things fair, especially for those that spend considerable amounts of money in the COD store. Personally, I think everybody just needs to wake the fuck up. What they're trying to tell us with this tweet is that the blood splatter effects are triggered client-side, meaning your system, PC, console, whatever you're playing on, is responsible for triggering that. And the actual hit detection, well, that comes from the server, of which the game state is authoritative. That's where you get the just because you see it on your screen doesn't mean it's happening in the game, which would be where people are making the argument for some sort of skill-based connection. But their tweet would be totally believable and make sense to me if there wasn't so many clips like this. I mean, it would make sense if that player was moving and that corner wasn't exactly where the game state had him, but that guy hadn't moved at all. It's not like he was moving where you could say within the game state the server had him slightly ahead or behind wherever you were seeing him on your screen, because then it would be a safe assumption that the servers are to blame and due to no fault of your own, you were simply missing shots. But if we all wake the fuck up, which I think a lot of you guys are, you'd start to understand there's a reason they've kept these shitty 20 tick rate servers. There's a reason they're trying to gaslight everybody when finally evidence of skill-based damage becomes abundantly apparent. This is skill-based manipulation of our gameplay, because the last thing Activision, Microsoft, insert whatever entity that you want, needs right now is to be labeled a game of chance. Remember loot boxes and how all that played out? They're terrified of telling you the truth because, well, let's face it, they're just inviting government regulation. They're allowing children to gamble. Now, let's be honest, you gotta be 18 plus to play the game, Hoppa. Really? Have you heard the procs yet lately? And to be honest with you, I honestly think that a lot of the bigger creators deep down inside, and they probably even discussed this at the COD Next events or their sit downs with the devs, they know that's a real fear and a real possibility should the truth ever get out. So obviously they have a reason to gaslight the community at this point. And spoiler alert, this shit ain't new. People like myself and plenty other creators have been talking about these things for years, but not until the Call of Duty cocksuckers, I got to play Call of Duty early. Content creators say it's a problem. Everybody would rather just go ahead and gaslight for the company themselves. Wake up, people. They've lied to you about SPMM when they released the matchmaking white paper claiming ping was king when it's clearly not. They lied when they gave us Ricochet, which, by the way, I feel has a bigger part than you're really imagining in all this. But you think they're telling the truth about this. Oh, gotcha. But your default is that it's probably the servers. It's probably not this company that constantly lies to us in an attempt to make money. Wait a second. You're telling me that Ricochet can identify a player that is cheating and then actively nerf that player's damage, causing them to have 0 damage done per bullet, infinite fall damage, and also cause players to disappear for them, but somehow the same exact patent that protects that algorithm isn't and can't be used to identify a player that's worlds better, or at least currently outperforming everybody in the lobby, and actively nerf them. You're telling me that the packet loss sign that pops up in every other gunfight when I'm in one of these lobbies is just coincidental. Never does it pop up when I'm looting or rotating, just mid-gunfight. Yeah, that's definitely not the servers, guys, I'm sorry to tell you. But you're telling me that there's a system that can nerf the cheaters, but it can't detect a highly skilled player in a lobby that, based off the matchmaking algorithm, they shouldn't be in, and there's no way possible that they're nerfing any damage. Not nerfing it to the point that they do 0 damage, but maybe, 5 to 10% less damage, or maybe, 5 to 10% less aim assist, or maybe even assigning headshot damage values for the enemy player that's at a clear disadvantage skill-wise when they're not even hitting headshots. I think the game's telling me to get off. I think the game's telling me to get off. You see that, right? You seen that, right? You heard that? Now add in the fact that headshots and body mass shots make clearly different sounds, and you'll see why this clip I just showed you is an absolute major concern. I mean, it's not like they have data that claims having this occurrence where one player is dominating the lobby will cause other players to back out. Players that back out aren't having fun. Data that says those players that back out are doing so because they're not having fun. Players that aren't having fun will eventually quit, and players that quit eliminate every single chance that the company has at making any money in their COD store selling this player bundles and skins because they're not on the game. Oh wait, they have patents to protect an algorithm that explains that its design is just that, to keep players engaged? I mean, it's not like they'd call the patent systems and methods for incentivizing microtransactions. And furthermore, if you want overwhelming proof that this is all revolving around skill-based, take into account that 90% of these clips are coming from 2-box and VPN lobbies where the player filming the clips, technically based off the matchmaking considerations, like I said before, shouldn't be there. Call of Duty is going above and beyond to make it fair for those other players. But wait, didn't all the big streamers tell me a few months ago that these patents were definitely for a different game and no way, shape, or form could they be employed in Call of Duty? I got to play Call of Duty next day! Listen, y'all can keep that little dream alive that you're one day eventually, with enough ass kissing and fighting the COD devs battles for them on Twitter and in my comments, that they'll eventually see you as a peer and invite you to the Cool Kids Club. But for me, personally, I already know where I sit in these people's eyes. Name one outwardly conservative content creator like myself that's been invited or shown any kind of favorability. Yeah, not with this person as an influencer manager. You guys still think it's just shitty servers? Here, find me an answer to this question, and I'll take off my tinfoil hat when it comes to skill-based damage or even connection. Name one thing this company has done or made that didn't offer them a return on investment. After all, this is a business, not a non-profit charity. They do not spend money unless it in turn makes them money. Just like the anti-cheat. That could be a lot better, but that'd probably cost them more money. And with us still buying skins and shit, it's probably not going to happen anytime soon.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
If they really wanted to be open and honest with y'all, they changed the name of this game to something like Casino of Duty, because honestly, that's what it's become. But if you guys catch my drift, we are being manipulated, we're being taken advantage of, and I think a lot of you watching this video probably agree with me. And if you do agree with me and you're wondering what can we do to fix it, here's the bad news. Jack shit. Other than doing what I did last night, and just alt F4ing the game and powering up Fortnite, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure we're gonna hold community customs this Sunday on Fortnite, because right now, fuck Call of Duty. If you guys feel the same way, do me a huge favor, smash the like button for me. You're new around here, want to see more content just like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bells enabled so YouTube doesn't let you miss any time I upload banger content like this or I go live. And always remember the quote that was attributed to Albert Einstein: insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Catch you guys on the next one. Mahalo.
What is you doing? Finna go hard, hard, hard. Ice on my neck, ice on my wrist. That for the squad. Know they gon' hate. Do what I tell them. Get on your jaw. Work on smooth. I got the moves. I swear to God. Hey, I just dropped 200.